What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, and today I've got a fun one for you. I am running Sirfetch'd with Brave Bird on it. Sirfetch'd is like a little mini Mew because it has so many good moves that you can put on it. Because of this, nobody expects the Brave Bird, so in this video you're basically going to see me one-shot the entire Ultra Premier League meta. So on this team I lead with Driblim and I have Venusaur as my safe swap. My goal is always to get the opponent's shields off and then just let Sirfetch'd come in and clean house. In my first match, I'm up against a pretty good lead. It's a Escavalier. I'm surprised they don't swap out, but I go ahead and go straight for the Icy Wind. They shield, that's okay. I'm going for the Shadow Ball. They eat it and Gyarados comes in. I'm almost at the Shadow Ball and they're throwing. I'm like, that can't be a crunch. No, it's just Aqua Tail. I'm still going to get the Shadow Ball off, but he shields. He shields, that's fine. I got one shield off. We're halfway there. I bring in Venusaur so I can threaten them with Frenzy Plants. I'm there and they're throwing. I know I can survive it. That's fine. I'm going for the Frenzy Plant. Let's see what happens. Alright, I get the second shield and Gallade comes in. They're throwing Confusions. That's super effective both against Venusaur and Sirfetch'd. But you know what? Sirfetch'd ain't scared of nothing. I'm going for the Brave Bird and boom, it lands. They can throw all the confusions they want, but they're the one leaving this matchup confused. At this point, Venusaur can just come back in and handle this Gyarados no problem, so that's a GG's. Moving into the next matchup, I'm up against a Togekiss lead. This is a fairly good lead for Driblim. I can throw these Icy Winds and they'll be doing super effective damage. I overfarm just a little bit and I'm throwing the first Icy Wind. I get the shield. My opponent swaps into Dragonknight. Dragonknight takes double super effective damage from ice type attacks. Look at that, it almost one-shots him, then I'm able to shield and just farm down. They go ahead and run down their switch timer, and then they bring back in Togekiss. I'm still able to get to another Icy Wind, and guess what? Second shield is gone. You know what that means. That means here in a minute, Sirfetch'd is gonna do his thing. I bring in Venusaur to threaten Togekiss, and then they bring in Machamp. I overfarm and I throw the Frenzy Plant. This is gonna be chunking its health. Look at how much that does, and then I catch the Rock Slide. My opponent thinks they're smart. They undercharge and they stop attacking. They're thinking they can farm me down with Togekiss and then throw Flamethrower at Venusaur, but they don't know about the bird. Bye bye Togekiss. So GG's, well played to my opponent, but you gotta watch out for the bird. In my next match, I'm up against a Tangrowth lead. They immediately swap into Snorlax, so the bird's coming out early. My counters are doing super effective damage, but they get to a move. I'm not going to shield the first one, it's more likely to be a body slam, whereas the second one, if I shielded, could have been a superpower. I throw the Night Slash hoping for the boost, no boost, not a big deal. Now I'm going to shield their second body slam and farm down. So I'm farming down, and I am right at the Brave Bird. In comes Tangrowth, you know I'm going straight for it. Let's see if it lands. Boom, it completely one-shots the Tangrowth. I didn't even hit all the bubbles and that Tangrowth was full health, but it got deleted. Now I have full health Drifblim and full health Venusaur to deal with this one Machamp. This is going to be GG's. They might as well back out right now, but they want to play it out. I don't even shield when they baited the cross chop, so I'm surprised they stayed this long, and then I do shield and it's the Rock Slide. Yeah, they're mad, I know. I'm sorry. But GG's, well played. Moving into the next matchup, I'm up against a Dragonknight lead. Again, Icy Wind will be doing double super effective damage and basically one-shotting a Dragonknight. We get a bit of lag and then they're throwing a Dragon Claw. It's okay, I'm gonna eat it, but they swap out into Empoleon. Time to bring in Sirfetch'd. It's a bird versus bird fight, but I have the upper hand. Counters are doing super effective damage, though I do have to look out for the Drill Peck. I shield and they eat the Night Slash, so I'm able to farm them down. Now this time I'm not at Brave Bird. I don't know if they're gonna eat this, but I'm going for it anyways. Let's see. Boom! I one-shot the Dragonknight. Venusaur comes in and it farms me down, but I'm at the Icy Wind, so I'm going straight for that. They shield, that's fine. I'm able to get to a second Icy Wind. Drifblim is also a beast. I get the second shield and then they're throwing. It's gonna be Venusaur versus Venusaur, except for I have a shield. This game is over. I go ahead and no shield, it is the Sludge Bomb. I'm just building up, I'm waiting for them to quit. They're not gonna quit, whatever. I'm still gonna no shield. They tried to bait with the Frenzy Plant, big mistake my friend. Now I'm just gonna go for the back-to-back Sludge Bombs, and that's a GG's, well played to my opponent. Moving into the next match, I'm up against 6th of March. They bring a Tangrowth lead. This time they decide to stay in. That's probably the better move. The Rock Slides will be doing super effective damage to Drift, whereas the Icy Wind will be doing super effective damage to Tangrowth. I shield the first and so do they. Now I know I can eat the second one. They're debuffed, it's not going to be doing near as much damage. It goes through and then I'm throwing the second Icy Wind. They give me the second shield. That's exactly what I wanted. Blade comes in and I get way too greedy, guys. I thought I could get to the Shadow Ball and I end up going down without throwing anything. That's alright. It can't throw anything at Venusaur that's going to do too much damage, and I'm able to get to the Frenzy Plant fairly quickly and take them out. Now they're running down the switch clock. Let's see what they bring in. They bring Tangrowth back in. Interesting choice. I'm wanting to get to the Sludge Bomb, but they throw first, so I have to shield, and then they bring in Empoleon. Alright, that's fine. I'm going to over farm and then go ahead and throw the Frenzy Plant. Now I'm expecting to sack Sirfetch'd and have Venusaur clean up, but they throw Hydro Cannon at me. I assume they wanted Tangrowth to be able to come in and farm me down and throw something at Venusaur, but I have Brave Bird, so that's going to be GG's. Well played to my opponent. My next opponent brings a Toxicroak lead. This is a good lead for me, so they're going to swap out into Snorlax. You know how this is going to go. This is real familiar. I'm going to go ahead and throw the first Night Slash. They eat it. And I'm not going to shield the first one. Again, it's a body slam, and then if they get to a second one, which they do, that's when I throw up the shield. Now I can farm them down, and I bet Toxicroak is going to come back in. We're waiting. Let's see, am I right? Toxicroak? Yep, there's the Toxicroak. This will be one shot and if it lands. Let's see. Boom, they're deleted. Goodbye, Toxicroak. Now this battle isn't over. They still have Lapras with 2 shields. I bring in Venusaur, I farm up, and then I catch the Surf on Drift. I'm not playing around, so I go straight for the Shadow Ball, and boom, it connects. That is great. Now Drift is able to farm a lot, and they're going to be able to throw a Surf and take Drift out. Venusaur comes back in. This is why I saved the shield, in case they had Ice Shard here. No, it was just a Surf, so I would have been fine either way, but I'm able to farm them down, and that's a GG's. Moving into the next matchup, I'm up against a pretty rough lead. It's an Alolan Muck. I safe swap into Venusaur. Even though Venusaur can't throw anything that's even neutral, this isn't too bad of a matchup. I'm able to spam out these Frenzy Plants and they do pretty decent damage. So they're farming up and I'm just spamming out these Frenzy Plants as quickly as I can, and they're going to keep farming until they finally throw. And I'm like, okay, if it's a Sludge Wave, it might take me out. No, it's just a Dark Pulse, and they overtap right there. They were at a second Dark Pulse, but they didn't throw it. I'm able to get to another Frenzy Plant, and they go down. Now, they bring in their own Sirfetch'd, and I'm able to throw a Frenzy Plant at it. If that would have landed, it would have done a lot of neutral damage. I bring Drift back in, and I think I have their upper hand, but no, they're running Brave Bird as well. I get hit by the nuke, it does a lot of damage, and they swap out into Empoleon. I hit him with the Night Slash, and then I'm going to shield and farm down and have some energy when Sirfetch'd comes back in. Here comes Sirfetch'd. I'm going for the Night Slash and I'm hoping to get a shield. Hopefully they think it's a Leaf Blade. I do get the shield, that's good. But they farm me down and I'm spamming the Icy Wind when I come back in, but no, they have another Brave Bird ready. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got Brave Birded twice in one match. I guess I had it coming. Moving to the next matchup, I'm up against another Dragonknight and I'm going to be going straight for the Icy Wind. I decided to shield the first Dragon Claw, and then of course the Icy Wind is going to be going out. I probably will get a shield here. Yes, I do. Now the race is on. I'm going to CMP tie at the next Icy Wind, and I'm not going to shield this one. It's not going to hurt too bad. Here comes the next Icy Wind. This should take them out. No, they decided to give the second shield. That's fine. I'm going to switch into Sirfetch'd and I'm going to go straight for the Night Slash. They throw, and I probably shouldn't have shielded since they were double debuffed, but I'm able to overfarm after that and then throw the Night Slash. What do they bring in next? It's Escavalier. You know I'm going straight for it. Brave Bird, this is going to do a lot of neutral damage. Boom, it one-shots them, and then they have Empoleon in the back. At this point, it's easy cleanup for Venusaur. All I have to do is get to one Frenzy Plant, and I can take one Drill Peck. So I'm almost there. There's the Frenzy Plant. That's going to be a GG's. Alright, so these final two battles are definitely against some good opponents, but if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so that you see all my future uploads. In my next matchup, I'm up against a Gyarados lead. I go ahead and shield in case it's the crunch. No, it's just Aqua Tail, but I'm going straight for the Shadow Ball. Boom, it lands, and then I swap into Venusaur to try to farm them down. They swap into their own Venusaur, but that's fine, I'm ahead on energy. I go straight for the first Sludge Bomb, it lands, and then they're not throwing, so I'm saying, hey, we're going for Frenzy Plant. They're going to have to shield or else they're going to go down. Yes, I get the shield back, and now I'm not going to worry about it. If they take out Venusaur, that's fine. I can bring back in Drift and take this thing out. Venusaur goes down and Drift comes in and I'm able to get to the Icy Wind before their Venusaur throws anything at me. Gyarados comes back in and I swap and I catch the crunch on Sirfetch'd. Look at this, it does nothing to Sirfetch'd, and then they bring in Tangrowth. You know I'm just going to go for it. Tangrowth's thinking there's nothing this thing can do. Alright, this Tangrowth knew, I don't know how, but they are throwing Rock Slide. They try to undercharge it so they have energy whenever Drift comes back in, and they are able to throw a Rock Slide at me, but luckily I have a shield and I was so close to the Icy Wind. I'm able to get this Icy Wind out, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. Moving into the final matchup, I'm up against one of the toughest leads. It's an Ampharos. Drift is going to be taking super effective damage by everything Ampharos throws, so I quick swap into Venusaur. They bring out Gallade, and again, this isn't that bad of a matchup. I'm going to be able to get to 2 Frenzy Plants unless they throw the close combat. They actually throw the close combat, but that's fine. Now I'm able to just straight farm down with Drift. I'm not worried about anything they throw, it's not going to hurt Drift. There's the farm down, I have tons of energy, and Ampharos comes back in. I'm going straight for the Shadow Ball. Boom, it lands, and I swap into Sirfetch'd. They bring in Venusaur. I'm like, maybe I should go straight for the Brave Bird, but that Tangrowth just burned me. I'm gonna bait first. Here's the bait. They shield, perfect. Now I can go straight for the Brave Bird. Here we go, one shots the Venusaur. Venusaur's out of the way, Ampharos comes in, and they immediately throw. Great. Now I can just go to this last Shadow Ball, and that's gonna be GG's. Really, really well played to my opponent. That was a very, very close matchup. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. That's it for today. This is ChillisFM wishing you good luck in your battles.